ladies and gentlemen. We are the Millie Goats, and we are back again for the third day in a row. Tired of seeing our ugly mugs. I'm AK, your host. This is episode, I guess, 231 technically, because we're releasing these as podcasts now. Shout out to everybody who is nice little bump in the Masters recap round one. Now, if you're tuning into this show thinking you're going to get Brandel Chambly and that Irish guy from live after the Masters, then you are sadly mistaken, because we are not going to yell at the whole live golfer stuff and have 17 pages of notes sitting on our lap like I'm watching Brandel Chambly in a 3-piece suit. That reminds me, I got to get my Masters jacket. I'm over here sleeveless like a complete idiot. Edge, I see that you've got some nice headgear on.
Yeah, man. Loved the new hat. Got it today. Literally, heard the UPS man back up into the driveway and basically went out and gave him a hug and said, "Yep, this is what I know. I know it is in this box." And dude, I'll give you props, man. The little decorations in it and stuff. I don't know if it was you or your wife that did it, but I was like, I'm impressed.
That was all me, dude. I
Really?
have a thank you. Yeah, I have a thank you card. I got the black boxes. So if you get a hat, you order a hat. You have to. I haven't set up a way for people to actually place the order. You just have to directly contact us, and then you get a nice little Millie Goats custom box there.
Custom box, custom green and black crinkle paper. That's all decorative and stuff. And I was like, wow, this is high tech here. You order a hat from Nike and it just shows up in a plastic bag.
Nope.
Not the Millie Goats hat though. It's top notch.
Oh, BMO. You said you wanted a flat bill. All I have are these. These are not flat bills. I've ordered flat bills for you. So you think I'm not thinking about you? I am. Also, if you're listening to the podcast, subscribe to the show. We go live pretty much 2 nights a week, podcast twice a week. And the whole gang gets together and we yell about sports, and it's our favorite. And B. McCormick also is here from Rumble. So if you hear us talking and shouting out names, we record in front of a live studio audience, essentially. Exactly. B. McCormick, Ropat. Okay. We're at the 89th Masters. We're going to pull up the score or the leaderboard here soon. But we've also got our Rolodex of highlights that I have saved. We've got some notes that we've made. I've made another nice little chart that we will get to. But before I give Edge the floor, there's somebody we got to salute to. We normally do salute your sports. Justin Rose still on top. Shout out that. We're going to get into it in a minute. But just what a master so far. This is going to be a great weekend of golf. Great weekend of golf. We have to salute the Texas A&M Aggies for they might be the greatest celebration team this century, probably in the country. I don't know what BMO's talking about. But yeah, so Texas A&M last year, if you remember, was it last year or maybe the year before? Texas A&M during their trip to the World Series, they have the bubble guns, they have all this stuff. I know this is not a baseball show, but bear with us. It has Masters relevancy. Texas A&M was tied in the bottom of the 10th in a game against, I cannot remember who, but some dude hits a walk-off yammy. Okay, Oppo Taco. Absolute bombski. And as he's rounding third, he gets to home plate. He jumps onto home plate. They throw water on him, all of his stuff. Out comes somebody with a Masters green jacket. They don it on the guy who hit the dinger. He does the post-game interview in his Masters green jacket. Shout out Texas A&M for getting into the spirit and being that damn creative. Even coming off the whammy wagon, if you remember a few years ago, where they stole a hotel luggage cart and would ride it down the dugout every time somebody hit a bomb. So they
know how to party, man.
We've got to have some sort of power rankings of the turnover chains up there, the whammy wagons up there, the Masters green jackets up there. Shout out. This is the one thing I'll give credit to the SEC.
I feel like the turnover chain now is overrated because everybody does it. And it's just kind of done for. But this is legit. I want to say though that this must be from yesterday's game?
I think it is.
Because Dylon sent out a video of them spitting out I think it was a 10-7 lead with Kentucky. And Kentucky, or in the SEC, they have this rule where on Saturdays or something like that, or Sundays, they can't.
Oh yes.
After 4, or they can't start another inning after 4:30. And Kentucky knew this and was stalling on the pitcher's mound. Had 2 group meetings come out to the pitcher's mound to stall, and homeboy hits a pop fly at like 4:31 to create 3 outs on the inning, and the game's over. So that's what Dylon was sending earlier.
Bush League or not? That's just knowing the game, dude. That's Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel, 2020 AFC Championship, where he's taking a delay game and then the penalties decline. Like, that's just, to me, if it's in the rule book, it's like the tush push right now. It's in the rule book. You can do it. Don't get mad at it.
I agree.
So, anyways, so shout out to them. That's all I wanted to do first was let's get to that. But so we're gonna pull up my 5 takeaways, and when we do that, I'm just gonna hand the floor over to Edge here for a second once I pull this.
What a day at the Masters is all I got to say. What an epic day. And speaking of day, how about your boy? I know you picked him, Jason Day.
Mm-hmm.
We sent a text earlier and might have been a little premature. We might have jinxed him.
Oh my gosh.
Shot you a text saying, hey, he's bogey free 2 days in a row. And then on the 18th, he bogeys. So what a day in the Masters all around. Rory completely flipped the script. We were bashing him last night on the show about how he's done. He's going ahead and mailing his clubs back. Today he turns it around, but not so fast. Not so fast, because the Masters is covered in azaleas. But Justin Rose says, hold my beer, because I'm not.
Yes.
After you came after him saying he's only hot on Thursdays, he said, hold my beer too. And for 2 days in a row, he's holding the league at almost 45 years old, dude. So think about this. The last time, or one of the times that he was in the league, was in 2004. So that's an epic.
Dude, he's had the lead or been tied for the co-lead 9 times. And he's like half of the times he's played this tournament, he's had the lead or co-lead. Unbelievable.
Today was all about being bogey free, and the day of the Eagles, right? So it was 10 Eagles today on Friday, and you would sit there and think, man, what does Eagles go for? America, right? This is America's game, America's turf. But there's only 3 Americans right now in the top 10. What are we doing, dude?
Yes!
What are we doing?
This is our golf tournament.
Yes.
You make the pimento cheese sandwiches around here.
Yes,
they probably don't even serve that in other countries. They don't even think it's real food.
I just can't believe it. Right. But shout out to DeChambeau, though. I called it all day yesterday, even though Dylon was crying amidst his tears of bad picks. I was calling it, saying DeChambeau, look out for him. He battled it, is in second place right now. I mean, shout out to him. I hope his stick stays hot, because I'm probably am going to win some money. And also shout out to homeboy that put, what was it, $50 on Rory for his Masters watch party. Dude, it must be like the crowds of everybody that had that money and those tickets just pushing Rory on, because, dude, he came back after getting bashed, was on fire on the back 9, and just set it up to where I think he's in 3rd place right now. So
that was that's a good shout out, because I forgot about that guy who bought the $50 tickets for Rory to win the Masters. And so I think on Saturday was the party. And so now everybody's going to show up tomorrow like and he's teeing off late, so they know he's going to be playing. We need to do that. We've got to manufacture that type of electricity and hype when we're all together again for the get together.
I agree. And another thing too is what is it, hole 15 where the water is, where yesterday it was just butchering everybody.
Yeah.
You would see chip shots or, irons hit the greens and just roll off the green. Today it seemed like everybody pretty much stayed out of the water except towards the end. But
got windy late.
The wind definitely played a factor. You've seen Scheffler a couple times on the tee box, just kind of sit there and wait to see if it was going to die down, if it was just a gust or what. And it played a key role in some of them. We had a bunch of guys get cut today that I was hoping it would pull through, but
oh my gosh,
we
got to get you in the Wodamaker challenge.
I don't want to win everything. I like to have some people take a couple of W's every now and then.
Talking to the defending golf champion here. That's okay. Go ahead.
It did.
Oh, look at Bebo. Augusta.
Augusta. That's
perfect. To win. Emphasize Gus. Oh, that's good.
But yeah, it was a great day for the Masters. I'm telling you, I didn't get shit done today. I actually was like, I figured out a cheat code, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this because I know my wife's already asleep, but I figured out a cheat code. You know how like this is, everybody's getting vasectomies and all this so they can stay at the house and sit down. I did laundry today and helped fold clothes and stuff like that.
Cheat code.
So I could sit in front of the TV, and I did it very slowly and methodically, make sure it was wrinkle free, taking as long as possible. That's right. And we have about 152 pairs of socks that do not match. And I was going through and determined to find matching socks. But
you don't want to leave any stone unturned.
It gave me plenty of room, to watch great golf today. I was yelling at the TV a couple times, but it was a great day for golf.
Nothing like the Masters, dude. Shout out to Jason Day also for, what was it? He was about to go on the he was bogey free over his first 35 holes. And then we, like you said, we jinxed him, and he bogeyed the freaking 18th. The longest streak was Ed Snead for 40 consecutive bogey-free holes, and he had tied Jack Nicklaus for the second longest bogey-free stretch to begin the tournament. And what does he do? He believes he pushes it high on 18 like his freaking visor and blows the 2 rounds of bogey-free golf. Could not believe that, dude. That was one of the things where I was like, people coming down the stretch, they got it handed to them. Freddie Couples got it handed to him. Bernhard Langer, I almost said RIP, but farewell tour for Bernhard Langer. He didn't die on the Masters. Sorry, we don't do that here.
Hey, that was another great thing that golf does too, though, is they give shout outs to the old heads, and him walking off 18.
Oh,
you could tell he was holding his emotions back because he had his granddaughter there, his wife came up, all that. There was a lot of guys there that were, congratulating him on that. And he said afterwards on a press conference, he's like, I fought hard to see if I could be here this weekend, but I knew once I was walking off 18th, this was probably my last time. And dude, I was like, that feeling, because I mean, you know how it is. Like you walk off a football field and it's your last time, and next time you're going to be buying a ticket, dude.
Montana 2009.
But this guy's 70 years old, and he knows that there's nothing else left, so it's gut wrench right there.
I'll never forget where I was. I'll never forget that Montana 2009. We lost in the semifinals in overtime on a 2-point conversion we missed because we went for it. Or maybe it wasn't over. It was. I think we were going for the win, and my dad came down, running down, and we just embraced each other. And it was like, that's the last time. That's the last time being on a football field with pads on.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, that's not even comparable to Bernhard Langer's career because he played golf for like 70 years and actually won a bunch of Masters. So me and Bernhard Langer are not the same. But anyways, But yeah, Bernard Langer, do you think he missed the putt on purpose? So he could be like, yeah, this was great, but I want my moment right now. I don't want to play the weekend. I don't
Yeah.
want to play the weekend and get
I
buried all
doubt it,
weekend.
dude. I
I'm going to have
doubt it.
my moment right now as I walk off the 18th.
No, man, I doubt it. You're telling me right now just give bragging rights like I'm still an OG out here playing until the weekend. Like, dude, his back is hurting, his hips are hurting. Like, if I lay down too long on the couch, I can't get up. Like
It's impressive what he's dude. It's crazy what he's doing.
I mean, I think what did what's his face do today? Yellow ball guy.
Freddie Couples. He fell apart coming down the end. He ended up at like 4 or 5 over. And yeah, he kind of faltered there at the end. But I thought it was funny they put Willie Z and Bernard Langer together, I think. And then they kept showing flashbacks of Bernard Langer. And then you look at Willie Z and you're like, wait a minute. Are we doing like a doppelganger thing here?
They do it on purpose.
They look exactly alike.
Yeah.
So that was a pass the torch moment coming off the green for Langer.
Yeah.
But here's what I wrote down. My top 5 Friday takeaways. Creativity everywhere. Dude, we saw some crazy shots. Rory hit one on 13 that was like, I sent out a tweet. I was like, bookmark that because that was absurd. He hit it off the pine needles and landed it just on the other side of the bunker on the green on 13, and it rolled up there like 5 feet, and then he made birdie. He had a string of holes where he was just outrageous. We had Dechambeau just holing balls out from everywhere, from greenside bunkers, long putt.
Yes.
We had Joaquin Neiman hitting a bleeder that went between 2 bunkers that was just a physically impossible shot. It didn't make any sense. And just ridiculous shots all over the place. It was incredible to watch these guys go at it, especially the early round. And that's what I said, the morning wave advantage. We talked about this last night, that the weather was coming in, it was going to be soft. And so I screenshotted all the leaders or the scorecards or the leaderboard early in the day. And it was all these guys who had played early. Dechambeau was almost done. This was at 2:05, right? Charge my phone. I know. Way to go, Adam. Charge your phone, idiot. This is at 2:05. My phone's already at 24%. You can tell how much Masters I was watching all day long at work. But anyways, Dechambeau was 312. He was 4 under. McCarty was done. He was 4 under. Eam was 4 under. He was about done. McElroy was about done. He was 5 under. Højgaard was 5 under. He was almost done. Hovland was 3 under. He was almost done. I mean, all these guys that were basically almost done were 3, 4, 5 under.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought that was crazy. But that's what it was. We talked about it yesterday. And then you get down to these other guys who had just started and they didn't ever really get past where they were, essentially.
Yeah, it struggled at the end. And for guys that I thought were going to make the push late, JT, for example, I thought he was going to be doing a little bit better. It's like he got stuck in that wind or it started messing with his head. And it was almost like how Rory, when he had that bogey or double bogey yesterday, it just self-imploded. And I think once those guys started battling the wind, they were overthinking it too much, and it just stayed the same and kind of rode it out.
J-Vi's there, and he said, some of these places are like tunnels. So when you're standing in the tunnel, it's completely different than when it gets out past the trees and stuff.
And that's what one of the announcers said too, because you could, I think it's ESPN Plus where they had 14, 15, or 16, those 3 holes that you were just watching everybody come up to. And they said you could hear the wind coming before it actually gets to you. So imagine like trying to hit or you're about to hit, and our good friend Hen Dog, who takes 12 minutes to hit a ball because he's got
16 tomahawk steaks.
Yeah, he's got all this routine he's got to go through. And all of a sudden you hear the wind come and you start rushing it because you're trying to beat the wind, down the fairway or whatever. It's going to play more mind games and actually affect the ball, I think, more often than not.
I got a hot take. I think for tournaments of this magnitude, the guys at the top of the leaderboard should be able to pick whether they want to be morning or afternoon tee time. You should be able to pick your tee time.
Yeah, but I mean, today though, Which one would be best? Like, yeah, I guess the morning was best because of the scoreboard,
People are
but I
going to
also
hate you
feel
for that.
like late in the afternoon would probably be the best too because you already know what you got to get, and there's
Yeah, I
that
mean, there's
added
an
pressure
advantage
to
to
it.
both. But if you can
And
tell me that you're going to be Rory and you get to play in the morning and it's soft up there, you can go at pins and you got a chance to shoot 6 under.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
And
Dude,
so at number 3, I took away with studs at the top. This is what we want. We want Bryson DeChambeau. We want Rory up there. We want uh Oberg. We want Scheffler. Put them all up there.
we want Rom up there.
But dude,
But dude, he's cussing his own clubs. I don't
he's
know if
swinging them.
I don't know if you heard this or not, but he teed off on one tee. It had to be like 14 or 15, and he literally like slammed his wood into the ground. It was like, "You stupid idiot! You hadn't hit your woods good all day." Talking to himself, just cussing himself out. And I was like, "Golly, if this guys could watch me go out there play golf, they would, have a lot more comic relief."
That's what we should have these. We should email these guys and be like, I know you're mad at yourself, but just come play with us for like 9 holes and you'll be
Yeah,
like, all right,
you're
this
better
guy,
than
yeah,
99% of the
you're
rest of the world. Like,
it's
just
not
chill
that
out,
bad,
bro.
buddy. BMO said the biggest headline of the day, friend of the pod, Michael Kim in the hunt. He is, dude. He went 1 under today. I don't know about the bogeys. BMO, fact check me. But he's at 2 under. He's all fired. He should be.
Hey, it's that Billy Goat boost, dude. We said it
Dude,
at the
we
beginning.
told him this before he got off. We said the
Yeah,
last time we had a guy on, Mark Hubbard, before the PGA titles or championship, he was tied for the lead going into Saturday and Sunday, I think.
yep.
So, and shout out to Nick Dunlap. We're going to get to some slides about him, but dude, I admire him for going out there shooting a 90, showing up today shooting a 71.
Did he show up today? Because I didn't know what time he was teeing
Yeah,
off, and I wanted
he
to see.
he showed up and shot a 71. It's the largest swing of shot changes in Masters history.
Jeez.
That's a bold way to get your name in the record books.
Yeah.
So, and Cam Young ruined gimmies. We have a video of that. There was a video of him. He said, I'm going to tap in. I'm Cam Young. I'll tap in. Everybody hold on. Blows it by once, not once, but twice. So, TJ's, he said Tyrrell Hatton crapped the bed today was sick. Dude, he not only did he miss that 18-inch, I'm pretty sure he blew it by like 5 feet.
Rolled down the hill.
These guys ruined the gimmies. Like, there's going to be people now at your scrambles and at your local municipals saying, "Oh no! If Cam Young can miss the 2-foot putt,
Oh, yeah.
and Tyrrell Hatton can miss one." Tyrrell Hatton is one of my favorite golfers, dude. Tyrrell Hatton is because he is never happy ever. I love his quote. He's like, what do you like about this course? He's like, what do I like about any course? I don't like any of them. I hate them all.
I hate this game.
Oh, I love Tyrrell Hatton. So, anyways, that was the takeaways. Let's I'm gonna pull up the leaderboard real quick, and then we'll just go kind of look down through there, recap the leaderboard, and then we'll run through our little Twitter bookmarks that I made. So let me pull up the leaderboard here.
Another thing too is I thought Phil Mickelson would have done better.
Oh, dude, he collapsed too.
He did.
That bum
with the shades on and all, like he had a couple of good putts, and I was like, okay. And next thing you know, just
what I love is I'm getting back into it now. Where I'm like Thursday, I was just so damn excited. I couldn't contain myself. I couldn't remember what the whole. Now I'm watching it for the second day in a row. I'm like, oh, okay, now I got you. 12 is one of my favorite holes. I love 16. I love 15.
Yeah.
Like watching these holes, I'm like, okay, I'm back in the groove. It took me a second. At first, I was just like, I had nerves too. Like I was nervous about playing in the Masters.
Can we fix one thing though? Like Thursday and Friday, ESPN, can you stop talking to everybody and just show golf? Like,
100%. That's yes.
Even if you go to the Golf Channel, it's like live at the Masters, but it's really not live at the Masters. It's live on one hole, and then they're talking to everybody else. I want to see people playing golf. You're telling me out of all as close as compact as this course is, you can't have people at every hole, which you do when it gets towards, later today. Everybody was right there at the hole. You telling me you couldn't do that all day long and just sit there and watch people? Like, rotate them out. I'll go out there and hold a camera if you give me tickets. I don't care.
Dude, I 100% agree. That's that they ESPN and Matt, the guys like Matt Berry think that we're there to see Matt Berry because Matt Berry thinks he's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
And really he's just annoying as hell. So
And what's his name? Scott Van
Pelt.
Yeah, Van Pelt. Like, dude, got it, man. You're in the Masters this year, but I don't need to see you sit down on a chair and talk about golf. I want to see golf. I want to see it going on. Like, I want to enjoy the Masters because I'm not there right now. I don't want to see you sit on a chair and talk about golf to some chick that is from Good Morning Football. Like, let's talk about golf while we're watching golf. Not
Here's
just,
a novel idea. Why don't, when Bryson DeChambeau is lighting the course on fire, we show him and not freaking,
yeah.
Willie
Even
Zalatoris, no offense.
if you find, follow the top 5 guys, I don't care. Follow the top 2 groups. I'm good with that.
We're gonna have to go back and watch Bryson DeChambeau's round today on freaking YouTube Golf on the Who the Guys. Bob Does Sports. We're gonna have to go to YouTube.com to go watch Bryson DeChambeau's round today.
Look at Bemo's comment. He's so bad right now.
Look at Hatton. TJ said Hatton is like the Jokic of golf. Hates being there, but shows up to work. That's such a good pop, dude. Jokic is like, yeah, I just want to go watch horse racing.
Yeah.
Hatton's like, I just would like to go play pickleball somewhere, and I probably hate that court too. Bemo said, back to the point I made last night, need a personal player cam so we can watch every move a guy makes if we choose to do so. Have the option to have a pop-up picture.
And another thing, I would agree with that. I have a pop. Another thing, though, in all great sporting events, YouTube TV, give me the quad box, dude. Give me the quad box. Let me go to my homepage and figure out if I want to watch the top 5 people play, if I want to watch hole 14, 15, and 16, and 2 other selections other than somebody else talking. But there's no quad box. On the Masters, what are we doing?
They have one on DirecTV, but that's it.
Oh, man.
They have one on DirecTV.
But is it just like one hole or what?
No, it's like Amen Corner, and like it gives you like 4 or 5 different options.
So it's ESPN Plus, but with a quad bot option.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't like select who I want to go follow.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you can make hats that say pimento cheese and, azaleas and egg salad and all that BS, dude, you can make me a camera that I can go watch Bryson DeChambeau who's actually playing good golf.
Dude, I'll follow him. I'm telling you. You see the guys. Like, there was one shot today of DeChambeau. He was literally hitting, and there was a camera guy right behind him. Like, you see them follow him.
Hey, flip it over there, dude. I know all you got to do is press a button.
Right. Hey, like, let's go.
Watch this, dude. Oh, hey. Oh, remove that. You want to switch, Edge? Here we go. Look at that. Let me move you around. Zippity zappity zo.
Easy now. We don't want to freeze up.
Come on, you're right. So the leaderboard looks like this. We got Justin Rose at 8 under, DeChambeau at 7 under, Rory at 6 under, Corey and Rory playing tomorrow. How about that?
Yeah.
Matt McCarty, the rookie at Augusta. He's actually been on fire. Shout out Monday Q. He was ripping it up yesterday. They didn't say anything about him, and now they did. He's currently the best left-hander in the tournament.
I was worried about him until he hit the back 9, and then he just went off.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was about the back 9 today, but it a lot of people blazed it.
But he played early.
I'll pull it up real quick.
He played early. And then we have Shane Lowry's tied for 5th, and then of course Scottie Scheffler just doing Scotty's stuff.
McCarty on hole 1 was +1, hole 2 +2 +2 +2 +2 +1 +0. Hole 8, he got 1 under par, and then finished the day 5 under par.
So he was scorching on the back,
lighting it up. Yes.
Yep. So at 5 under, we got Shane Lowry, Scottie Scheffler, Tyrrell Hatton. Like Tyrrell Hatton and Scotty. Scotty on 18 was freaking hilarious, dude. He had bogey free the first round, and then he had 5 bogeys today.
Yep. And see, that's what I think. If he was a couple bogeys less, he would have been, probably where Connors or Rory was. Because, bogeys killed everybody today. If you
Yeah.
hit bogeys, you were done for.
That's his career. So that's his career. His Masters career worst with 5 bogeys in a round today. So he has been among the top on the leaderboard at the end of each of the last 6 Masters rounds, dating back. Like, dude, everybody's like, "Oh, this course fits him," and I'm like, It's just how he plays. He plays don't make mistakes golf. That's just what he does. Some of the shots he hits, man. Like, it's just when he gets in a little bit of trouble, his recovery ability is the best.
I know. I don't have that. It ticks me off so bad because like I'm the type of golfer that when I go play golf, I'm taking my shotgun with me because I'm always in the woods. And these guys are like, they're dinging it into woods. And you're like, oh man, that ball is gone. Like, I can't believe that it's happened on national TV. And all of a sudden it rolls out onto the green. And I'm like, did somebody just throw that in there? Like, what just happened?
Dude, I don't know. Like, Scotty standing in the woods, like, all you can see is just his feet. And it's like, boop, right in the middle of the fairway.
How about the odds to win over there on the far right?
Dude, I'll tell you right now. Do you believe in miracles? Do you believe in McCarty? And by the way, I gave you Denny McCarthy, but I meant to say Matt McCarty. So that was a typo. That was a typo, dude. It was.
Yeah.
Look, it was I'm just saying. But yeah, so we've got Justin Rose.
You sound like Dallon. He said, "Oh, I didn't have Straka. That wasn't my guy." And I screenshot it and sent it back to him. He was like,
I love, dude.
You beat me.
I love how Scotty's down here tied for 5th, and he's plus 360. Everybody else around him is basically plus 1,600, plus 2,000, plus 8,000. Like, if I'm going to go down here, Jason Day, right here, dude is playing bogey-free golf. He's all over the hole. Like, if I'm going to sprinkle some, he's been playing really, really good golf. Just not today, but also just leading up to this. So if I don't trust Sung Jae. Absolutely not. Ludwig Oberg.
Let's go.
Hideki was 400 today. That's somebody that could sneak up there for a nice top 5. Maybe even win this thing. So I would put it on Hideki at plus 4,000. I would put a little bit on Jason Day at plus 4,000. Obviously Scotty, and they're not giving any love to McCarty or Connors here at plus 1,200 and plus 8,000. They're banking on so yeah. Look, Rom is dead to me, dude. Liv has ruined the mess at Will. Come on. Actually, a lot of those guys did miss the cut. I got a graphic.
But he said the same thing you said last night. Look at the next one. Imagine if Rom didn't take the bag to go to Live. Him and Scotty would be the new Tiger versus Phil.
That's what I said. Like, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's out to prove that it didn't mean that much." Like, he's a sensitive dude. It hurt his feelings. He's upset that people are mad at him, and it's fine. He took the money. There's nothing wrong with taking the money. Don't act like it was, we're getting a ton out of this. Like, I don't care what you do. But that playing golf over there on that it has not been as meaningful, I would say, as playing on the term. No, of course you can't take him for taking the bag. Yeah, TJ said he was super disappointed in Spieth and Rory. Dude, Spieth.
I'll like keep telling myself like that Spieth might still have it. I think he won it. Was it 04, 05? He won it. I can't remember, but
yeah.
I was like, okay, you can't count him out because he's got a jacket. So, I want to push him forward, but there's so many times today I was like, I think he's done. Like, I don't even know if he went. Here, I'll look it up real quick. Go ahead.
I don't. Yeah, with Colin Morikawa down there, Xander. Colin Morikawa is a guy that can really, really put on a show. I think he did it here last year.
Yeah, but he also it's only when his putter's hot though. He was struggling with a couple of putts today that we were talking about 1 or 2 foot putts. You're like, and it just he wouldn't even hit the lip of it.
But the thing is he's in position. It's not like
he can get it there. Yeah, he can get it there. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. If he's at plus 2,500 at 3 under, and he's 2 or 3 putts away from being 6 under. So I'm not saying that he's like, oh, you could say it about everybody, but he's a guy that typically his iron play is elite.
Yeah, I would give you that.
He's crazy. Another guy I struggled was Minwoo Lee. He was all over the place, but
But yeah, so it's going to be a fun weekend, man. I am extremely excited about this. So let's I got some more stats as we look at this leaderboard. It was Rory McIlroy was his 6th bogey-free round in his Masters career. That ties him with Gene Littler for second most all time, only behind Jack Nicklaus, who has 8. DeChambeau, Xander Schauffele, Shane Lowry, Russell Henley were among the 13 players shooting the 60 in the second round. All 4 among the leaders in most rounds in the 60s in major championship play since the start of last year. Whoa. So those guys, who's that again? DeChambeau, Schauffele, Lowry, Henley. Henley sucked it up yesterday. That was his problem. 10 eagles were made in the second round on Friday. Dating back to 2020, it is just the second time over the last 20 rounds that there have been 10 or more eagles recorded in a round.
That's what I'm telling you, though, man. Like, you would think as many eagles were going on today, America, this is a sign America's going to dominate. But yet, it wasn't, dude. Like, there's only a couple Americans left. It's what, 4 or 5?
Yeah, we'll scroll back up. He said, "Don't sleep." That's what I'm saying, Will. Matsuyama was 400 today. He's plus like 4,000 or whatever he is. John Rahm, speaking of your boy, made the cut on the number to extend a patriotic streak. At least one player representing Spain has made the cut at the Masters every year since 1985. How about that? That's a cool stat. So yeah, Corey Connors is tied for 3rd after 2 rounds after shooting 68 and 70. He's the 3rd Canadian to be among the top 3 on the leaderboard after 36 holes of the Masters. So the average winner or the eventual winner was 3.5. The average leaderboard position of the eventual winner was 3.5. The 20 winners.
So basically, if you're in a top 10 or top 11 from now until Sunday, is your greatest chance of winning.
Yep. It was like top 10, top 11.
So basically everybody that is, let me pull the leaderboard back up real quick.
And then they're averaging 73.1 strokes through 2 rounds, or the scoring average is 73.1 through 2 rounds. This makes sense because that's lower than last year. Because last year was an absolute gong show from a weather perspective. Like there was like piss and rain and blowing sideways out there. So, but anyways, those are just some fun stats. But yeah, I'm right with you there, Will. Matsuyama plus 4,000. He was 400 today.
It's from Jason Day up. That's going to be where the winner is coming from, statistically speaking.
See, Jason Day, dude, plus 4,000. Just saying, him. Of course, Scottie.
Are we calling it though? Is this the year that Rose puts on a green jacket, or is he going to start feathering out for tomorrow and the pressure's just too tight?
He was a little bit more sporadic today. His putter is hot. That's his thing. His putter is hot right now. So hot right now. So, I mean, we got Rose. That's England. We got Northern Ireland. We got Canada. We got 2 Americans up there. We got, is that Ireland? No, wait.
Yes,
yeah, that's Ireland.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn it. I was like, that's not Scotland. I saw Scotty underneath Ireland. I was about to say Scotland. We got another American there. We got another Englishman. Norway. I don't know what Rasmus Højgaard is. I'm not a geography guy. Then Australia. So look,
I can't even see that little.
Look, dude. I'm telling you. Look at this. This right here. The world is healing. I mean, there's flags from all over the world here. This is the United Nations right now, dude. This is 4 nations tournament. If Canada beats us in golf, we're rioting. DeChambeau, McCarty. Like, they beat us in the 4 nations face-off for the NHL All-Star game. We cannot allow that. So you look at me, America. Don't make me go Herb Brooks on you. I don't think Justin Rose is going to do it. I don't want to talk bad about him. I just don't think he's going to do it. I think he was a little shaky today. So at 65 but I mean, you got to give him credit. He was fending people off. So I can't wait to see.
He was fighting it. Yeah.
All right. Let's just roll through some of these little bookmarks and then we'll get out of here. Cam Smith on his Blazer, he was drinking. So apparently he was just drinking beer with a guy at a bar. And the guy told him, you know what'd be funny, dude? It'd be funny if you wore a blazer to the Masters, and so that's exactly what he did. He said he was a man of his word.
Day. Ultimate G.
I like Cam Smith. He blew up at the end. So some of these guys at the end of the cut day, like we'll get to there in a second. Like Bernard Langer blew it. Brooks Koepka went 5 over to miss the cut on the last hole. Sepp Straka tripled the last hole to miss the cut. Like some of these guys just Phil imploded. It's crazy. Crazy. Rory talking about the 15th hole. We're not going to go over that. Matthew Pavon. Did we not see this with Victor Hovland? They were having a debate.
Is that a 1980s ski sweater?
That looks like a Windows 95 screensaver that he's wearing out there.
Who was that team that had the windows in the background on the scoreboard? You know,
dude, it looks like a blue and green version of the Canucks jerseys.
It's showing the old preview of the Oregon Trail.
Oh. It looks like the first rendition of Golden Tee that he's wearing right there.
Yes, dude. Yes.
We got a picture here. Justin Rose on his hands and knees, rubbing sunscreen off of his hands. I don't know why he had,
Yeah, dude, it's in the clubhouse, dude. What are we doing?
Get a towel. Don't soil the grass. I mean, what if that grass dies?
Oh, it's gonna die for sure. As much, chemicals is as much chemicals as in sunscreen. That grass is dead.
He's gonna. I mean, that could cause a chain reaction. All right, here's some of these shots I was saying. This is the bunker hole out for Bryson. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it because we don't get to watch Bryson play. And he holds it. That's a sweet hat for his crushers with the Masters green too. But he holds it out from the green side bunker on 4. And then on just recorded the only birdie of the day on 5. He had a 359-yard drive. Hit his approach within 8 feet. So he was just cooking.
Let me ask you another thing too. One thing I'm noticing too more about these Masters is there are more and more players, because their greens are huge, right? Like the greens feel like they're a mile long, that are putting or on their fringe with the stick still in the hole or the flag still in the hole. And I forget who it was. I meant to write this down, but somebody today was like, ways away, like 60-footer, right? And goes to putt, flag still in the hole. It hits the pin, doesn't go in the hole. If the pin was out, he would have sunk a mega putt, and obviously gained a stroke or two. I almost feel like I feel like the rule should be like, if you're on the green, that pin's got to be out. It don't matter how far away you are. Like, have your caddy hold it, like, all right, here it is. And as soon as you tap it, as soon as you tap it, pull it, and then let it do his thing. But
I find it hilarious when the golfers with the huge putters miss a 5. They look so dumb. You're right.
Yes,
they can't put it over their head because it's DeChambeau birdied 3 of his first 5, and we didn't even get to watch him play. Here's that shot I was talking about, Joaquin Niemann. He's this little sliver up here between the 2 bunkers. You see how small that thing is? Now look at where he squeezes this thing.
Golly.
Right in between him, and it runs it up there by the hole.
And then watch it roll right back.
That was so stupid. Like when you're looking from where he hit it from, and you see that little sliver of green.
Is that pure luck, though? Come on.
No, I think he was absolutely. No, he was.
No, look at him. Look how happy he is, dude. He's like, I can't believe that this happened. That's going to be ESPN right there.
Oh, there's your guy, Matt McCarty. This is the video. He went from 2 over to 4 under because he birdied 6 of the 8 last holes. That's what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
He was smoking, dude. Rory got hot on number 10, 11. 10 and 11, he had a 2-foot approach on number 10, then a 350-yard drive on number 11, and then put it in 5-foot there, and then birdied that. He was 3 under.
Can we just talk about the brains, though, for like the psychological warfare that he played with himself yesterday? Just implode. Went to bed last night, probably didn't sleep worth a cuss because he was just in his head and pissed about how shitty he played.
Didn't even talk to the media.
And today came out and said, hold my beer, like, and
Yeah.
puts on a show. Like, you got to give the man credit. Like, I'm not saying I'm a Rory fan by no means, but dude, to battle that, like, if that happened to me yesterday, I would have broke every one of my gloves.
We had all the expectations in the world, like, and he was doing what he set out to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this shot right here on the par 5, number 13, from the pine straw, buddy. This was
That's
I was
insane.
watching that and I was like,
That never happens.
he
Like,
hits an absolute stinger from the pine needles within a few feet and then buries the putt to get an eagle.
there's
That was
somebody
some
else.
golf right there.
There's somebody else today that hit it from the pine needles, and actually, like, when they took their little divot out, they hit a root, and you could tell, like, it sends that shock through your wrist and your elbow. You know. Oh God, that feels.
Yep.
I would probably have broke my club if that happened to me.
And then here's JT. I'm telling you, we were seeing just beautiful. Here's another Rory shot. He's in the pine needles again. He's got to hit a Bubba Watson high cut around the trees,
Through the limbs, yes.
through it, and then just sucks it back, rolls it up there next to the. I mean, just we were seeing just beautiful golf shots today.
See, JT, for example, right? That eagle shot, like, it gives him a little hope. Like, okay, he needs to be relevant in the Masters conversation, but then he doesn't perform the rest of the time for, like, stuff that he should be can of corn.
That's JT. It's like he's
JT. Yeah,
I mean, he's the guy that's like, oh, I can fit it through that window, 2 feet wide, and then hook it around. And it's like, yeah, but then I need you to just like take this 90-yard push shot and like just put it on the green.
If it's just iron game, JT's the guy. That's what I feel like. If it's off the tee box, give me Dechambeau.
Hey, shout out Max Homa. Battle today. Last made cut was July 19th, 2024, so he'll play the weekend. Shout out him. And this is what we were talking about, Nick Dunlap. He was 19 strokes better. That's insane. Hey, you get that hanging in the Louvre, whatever it's called. And I love what he said. He goes, I think a lot of people would have maybe backed out, maybe not. Certainly I wanted to at times. I know that. I'm never going to quit. I'm always going to show up. Let's go. He said, I hit a couple of bucket of balls in my Airbnb into the woods last night. Had more than not. Like, he was just hitting balls into the woods, dude.
Yeah, just sitting there somewhere in Augusta on an Airbnb, and it's got a whole bucket full of tailor-made balls now,
Go back to where you came from. That's probably what he did as a kid.
Yeah.
So, and then we got the Scottie picture, just sitting in the woods under all the magnolia.
I couldn't figure out for life of me who this was there for a minute until I saw the red shoes, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Scottie.
Notable missing cuts: Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, Thurthio, Brooks Koepka, Cam Smith, all the big live guns. This live's been carried by Bryson DeChambeau in the last majors, dude. Adam Scott missed it. That sucked. Willie Zalatoris and then Fred Couples. Those are some of the big names. This stat was wild, dude. The Masters will do about $70 million in merchandise sales this week. $70 million.
I don't doubt it. Yes.
$10 million a day, $1 million an hour, $16,000 a minute, $277 every second.
Can we get better security?
Dude, yeah, you said that today.
I mean, dude, you're seeing them like when they walk off the course, and they finish 18 and they're going up the clubhouse. And I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm glad everybody's got a job, but I'm used to seeing like, state troopers, police guys, very nice looking uniforms. Instead, we got the mall cops from Centos out there that,
Paul Blarts.
Yeah, some dude was walking today trying to like walk a golfer to the clubhouse, and he had a cane with him. And I'm like, what are we doing, dude?
What if we just put on a scene and they're like, all right, we need the most uninspiring, unimposing security guards that are actually like 17-degree black belts. And somebody tries him. He takes that cane out and just snipes them down.
No, I'm telling you, there's better security at Walmart than what's over in Augusta right now. Like I'm kind of
on at Augusta.
I'm kind of pissed that I didn't go to Augusta, because now I see the security there. I'm like, I could definitely go there and just lift up the rope and
here's
go.
My resume.
I'm good, like.
Shoot, I was a better one even when I was a bouncer at Flipside. The largest unconfirmed single purchase was $36,000 in 2022.
Hey, I saw a
Wow.
video on this too, though. They were like just interviewing random people that were coming out of the, getting merch and stuff. And they were like, how much did you spend in there? Like, oh, $2,000. Like just shaking it off like it's nothing.
Oh,
Like, how much did you spend last year? Oh,
never.
last year I spent $5,000. They're like, what the freak, dude?
No way.
I mean,
Shout out Bernard.
we'd have to get BMO's black card to go there to buy merch.
Get that Venmo. Bernard Langer, 41 tournaments. Good for you. Scotty, chipping in. That's what I'm saying. Another round of just on hole number one of my favorite holes. There's only been 3 hole-in-ones on number 12, by the way, in the history of the Masters. That's crazy. That's the one where you go. It's the par 3 that's got the bunker in front. And
is that counting the par 3 challenge though, or no? That can't be.
Is this number? No, that's not number 12. Is it number 12? No, that's not number 12. The viewers of the first round was down 28% from last year, and that's probably the Tiger.
No, you me tell you why it is, because all they did was talk, and they're like, I'm not
you're right.
risking getting fired from work to watch people talk.
Does that include the Masters app?
Oh, yeah, I doubt that. Yeah,
because I wonder if the Masters app is like, we're not showing ESPN's interviews on our.
Yeah, no, they don't show any interviews on the Masters app.
So that's probably what it is. And then this was Cam Young, right? He just says, watch, he hits his putt, and this is what caused him to miss the cut. Like he 3-putted this on 16, I think, and it caused him to miss the cut. So he hits it from the fringe. He's high, goes above the hole. He goes, let me just tap it in. Everybody calm down.
Let me just take this real quick. Oh my God! Look at that thing take off.
Hang on, let me get it.
Let me just get out of here. Oh my God, dude!
All right, here, let me mark it this time.
yeah. Let me see what's going on. Let me set it up right. That's text putting right there.
That dude's so pissed behind him. Watch this guy.
That is text putting. I'm telling you.
Yes, that's exactly what he would do. So, I don't have anything else other than watching this. You got to watch this guy behind him. Like he's like, all right, here we go. All right, let me get set up. Oh,
step back, step back.
On the hallway. Okay. Oh, no.
One more. Oh, no. All right, dude. Come on. Really?
He didn't move. Look, he's so mad. Is that Mike Kim?
Yeah, I believe it is.
That might be Mike Kim.
I think it is Mike Kim.
Uh-oh. Caleb Williams just got a new weapon. All right. That has been the show. I'm pretty sure that's it. I have nothing else. Masters round 3 tomorrow. I think I'll do it. We'll set up another live stream and get the podcast going. Give people a little juice to listen to in the morning. Anyways, Ed, do you have anything else?
No, man. Great day. Can't wait for tomorrow.
I love this tournament so much.
I do as well.
That's what I told my wife. I was like, look, I know, my son's got flag football in the morning. And then after that, it's pretty much going to be, I already set up a TV in the garage.
See, I already got TV set up in the garage. I got both computer monitors out in the garage as well, so I can have my little quad box. On top of that, my son's baseball game already got rained out because the fields were too wet. So I'm like, let's go.
Let's take some notes. I would like to write down notes in my notes app, and then we will do this again tomorrow night, and let's get after it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks for listening to the podcast. And if you want a hat, let us know. Subscribe to the show. That way you get updates every time we release an episode. And we're trying to do as much as we can. Trying to do more stuff. One day there'll be a video of us golfing at some point. Anyways,
go Tigers.
Shout out BMO giving us false news.
Go Tigers and go lefties in the Masters.
Oh, they lost. There was a record 8, but they have 4 now, so half of them are gone. That's probably more percentage than right-handed.